Good, whatever time it is, and welcome to a presentation about artist Miranda July. She works in a lot of different fields, so I'll get to talk about a few different things today. Uh, Thanks for joining me. Let's roll. Miranda July was born in 1974, Miranda Grossinger. She grew up in Berkeley, California, attended a college prep high school but never finished college. In lieu of a formal education, she just busted her buns. She worked staging shows and with punk bands and other different performances, and basically just got out there and hustled right after high school. She cleaned up for a while there, every couple years, awards in writing for her film You, Me, and Everyone We Know, which we'll talk about in this presentation. And she was invited to join the Academy in 2016. All of this information is from Wikipedia. The first piece of Miranda July's I'd like to look at is the Interfaith Thrift Store, which opened in 2017. What it is or was is for 6 weeks. She opened a thrift store, a charity shop, inside a fancy department store in London. In London, apparently the thrift shop is a very popular institution. Each different cause has their own charity shop where people can donate, and then those items are resold to benefit that community, which is a really lovely idea. So what July did was she combined all of those different faiths into one constructed experience inside the mall. Just to pull a couple interesting things out of this exhibit, or exhibition rather, is these proceeds from all of the sales would be split among the charities that participated, and then each charity would participate further by donating 2.5% to another charity of their choice. The UK Jewish charity Norwood participated, the London Buddhist Center, Spitalfields Crypt Trust, and Islamic Relief are at the forefront of this project. And the name of the organization, or the full name of the exhibition, which is on the next couple slides here, will demonstrate again Miranda July's emphasis on this exhibition supporting the Islamic community in London, as they're at the most at risk, or in her words, the most vulnerable at this moment. And this is a photo of Miranda July in the thrift shop, which this looks like it could be anywhere in the Western world, couldn't it? She did handpick all the items for the thrift shop, so I think each piece is probably a reflection of her taste as well. And this is another shot from inside the thrift shop. This is one of the employees. I believe that each participating thrift shop volunteered 2 employees to work in the show at the mall. That's what I remember from a documentary I watched. So the full name of the exhibition is Art Angel and Miranda July present Norwood Jewish Charity Shop, London Buddhist Center Charity Shop, and Spitalfields, I think I'm saying that right, Crypt Trust Charity Shop in solidarity with Islamic Relief Charity Shop at Selfridges, which is the mall in London. I love this piece. I think it's clever. I think it's hilarious. I love thrift shopping, so I would just kill to see what was in that place. But I also love that she created an entire new world and put a 30-pound blouse next to a 3,000-pound blouse. Um, she created a controversial space inside a very exclusionary space, which is a mall, which can feel very, very belittling. There are things in those higher end malls that are just unaffordable, but this puts the function back into that place for people of normal means. I think it's an incredible project. Moving on here. As Miranda July's one of her first feature-length films, just called Me and You and Everyone We Know. My first experience with this film was in college, because a friend of mine took me with her to get the tattoo of an emoticon of a symbol later in the show, or in the movie rather. So this film is about relationships and intimacy and kind of what happens when you look for it. We have a whole life to live together, you fucker, but it can't start until you call. I think everyone can relate to that. And also, this shot is so beautiful. It's just a classic. I love the bedspread, the stuffed animals, and then of course the tones are really beautiful. You can sort of see how this shot sort of moves your eye around. It's very cinematically beautiful, in addition to being a great film. So I put together this little screen capture to demonstrate just how many people have the emoji pooping back and forth forever tattooed on them. And it's a lot. So I love this film. Obviously, it resonated with so many people. I think it speaks to people who have experienced loneliness and connection in strange times. So yeah, the picture right here is my friend Sandy. I was there when that tattoo was put into existence. Um, anyway, I think anything that causes so much of a stir or is so dramatic really deserves our attention, because it's incredible how many people inked something like that permanently on their body. So the why, I think, is it's just really relatable. You know, despite as many people out there calling her quirky as they do, you know, a lot of people label Miranda July as strange or odd, and that's, you know, fuck them. Obviously, her style and her writing really hits home with so many people in the world. The third piece I want to talk about is a more recent piece as well. It's called A Handy Tip for the Easily Distracted, and I did just do a screen record on this, so I'm going to shut up so we can watch a little bit of it. All right. I think you guys get the gist. She's just a really solid writer, and then this is like just a really great concept, especially in modern times when there's so many things to distract us. Miranda July was super influenced by the Riot Girl scene, growing up in Portland, Oregon, or spending time as a young woman in Portland, Oregon. She was likened to singers and other artists like Laurie Anderson, Chantal Akerman, and I think the most poignant thing I found, written by author J. Brian Wilson, was trying to explain her art can feel like trying to sculpt water, which I think is totally fair because she is a really remarkable artist and a really remarkable person. Miranda July, I think, is pretty distractible. She gets called quirky a lot, which is something that has been called to me or at me in my life as well. I worked in a corporate office for a long time, and that was something my boss would call me as quirky, which coming from him, like an all-star shiny football boy, it just like wasn't that cute. It was kind of mean in that context. But I think what my biggest takeaway from Miranda July is that you really can't and shouldn't be explaining yourself to people or explaining yourself for people, and really whatever that may mean is just be exactly who you are, and when that's questioned, never let the bastards get you down, which I guess is from The Handmaid's Tale, but it's another really relevant piece of media. All right, well, that is my brief presentation on Miranda July. Thanks for everything.